Hello, guys, and welcome. There is a quick update on the Cristiano Ronaldo story, and that he has posted uh, a message on Instagram to, I think it's aimed at fans, and he's obviously going on about respect is a huge part of the game, and it's a huge part of himself, and I think it's in some way an apology ish. He recently posted that. I've only just seen it. To be fair, but yeah, he's basically saying that he's getting back to training at Carrington and working with Manchester United. I think obviously there is a little bit of regret of what he did last night. I think like you said, sometimes things just get the better of you and you handle it in the wrong way. And I think that's what he did last night. I think it was a a reaction more than anything to obviously not being used by Ten Hag earlier. Like I said, I still don't agree with what Cristiano Ronaldo did. I don't think he went about it in the right way. And as a footballer, you've got to be professional. You have to be. You don't really get a choice in it. You should be professional at all times, and he wasn't. Um, he wasn't professional in his approach at all last night. Um, and obviously it's a message obviously on his Instagram, and it's just a picture of him basically like in training at Carrington. And I think saying obviously respect has come through his whole life, from his teammates obviously and things like that. And just basically saying that, yeah. In other words, no, I do respect Ten Hag, I do respect Manchester United, and I handled it in the wrong way. That's basically what he was saying. Um, of course, yeah, it's understandable. Obviously, we always knew an apology was going to come. Um, I don't think people expected it to take 24 hours. I think he should have been doing it immediately. Maybe first thing this morning. People probably expected an apology. I think that's what's made it a little bit worse. The fact that it's taken him 24 hours to apologise. In a way, it's an apology. It doesn't actually say "I'm sorry" or anything like that in the message, but you can just tell with the way it's written that it's a clear apology without actually saying it's an apology. But I will show you what he did put now, and that's the message Cristiano put. I'm not going to read it, obviously. I'm going to keep it on the screen so you guys can read it yourself while I just obviously talk and put you off reading. Never mind that. But like he says, he's always acted with respect towards colleagues, and he says that it's never changed. He hasn't changed. And obviously going on about 20 years of playing elite football, and respect has always been a huge part of his decision making. And obviously, I think last night he forgot that. I think that's one thing that annoyed most people, is the fact that last night he completely forgot about respect. That went out the window for Cristiano Ronaldo at that moment. All respect he shows Manchester United, he should show Ten Hag, he should show his teammates, the fans, the club. He lost all that last night. He just completely, obviously, he lost it. I think it got to a bit of a breaking point between him and Ten Hag. He obviously refused to enter the field of play, and 5 minutes later he's walking down the tunnel, and 5 minutes later he's at the stadium. So, within a 10-minute period, it all respect that Ronaldo says here that has been a part of his life. He seemed to just forget that in space. I'm not saying that he's not a respectful person. I'm just saying that within those 10 minutes, he did kind of forget that respect that maybe you need to show to especially a manager. And then he also goes on about obviously starting at a young age and getting more and more experience under his belt, and obviously now trying to be a mentor, and if in heat of the moment, obviously, yeah, many young strikers look up to him. Kylian Mbappe says that, Cristiano Ronaldo is a hero of his. He was a huge Cristiano Ronaldo fan growing up as a kid. And that's coming from, a player as good as Kylian Mbappe. And, there'll be many, many kids. I was a kid myself. I'm only 27, and, I was a kid when Ronaldo was at Manchester United and for the first time. And, I remember thinking, wow, I was as good as him. You go play on a football court and you're pretending you're Cristiano Ronaldo. You're trying to do knuckleball only to find out that your little legs aren't got enough power in it. But yeah, no, I think he's obviously a mentor to most of those young players at the squad. You think Rashford, he could be teaching Rashford, so Rashford converts more of his chances because obviously when I just saw it in Manchester United's game yesterday, Rashford should have had 2 goals easily. If he was just more composed and had the finishing skills of Ronaldo, he would have buried both of them. There's absolutely no doubt. And, yeah, it was a heat at the moment. I did say that in a previous video that obviously I think everything's just getting on top. Everything's just taking a toll on Ronaldo. Obviously, a failed summer move where all top teams basically said, we don't want him, sitting on the bench, and I think it all just built up and it's built up and it's built up and and this is what's happened. And obviously then he goes on to, obviously saying that, he's got to work hard at Carrington, he's got to support his teammates, he's got to give everything in the game, he can't give in to pressure. He said it's just simply not an option. And we should stand together as Manchester United, and that's what he's going to do now. He has just got to put his head down in training alone. Obviously, seeing as now he has been told he will be training alone. Just put your head down. Don't let anything distract you. Don't let, people get in your head or, he's never been one to listen to the media, Cristiano Ronaldo, which is, I think, is always a good thing to have as a footballer. You can't let media speculation get into your head. He's never been one to crack under the pressure of the media. So the media won't get in his head. He's obviously just got to, put his head down and concentrate on himself now, and yeah, if he ever does get the chance to play for Manchester United ever again, he's just got to give it his all. Even if it is 10 minutes off the bench, don't say no to your manager. Pull that shirt on simply out of respect for the club. Even if you don't agree with the manager, which we all know Cristiano Ronaldo and Erik ten Hag have not seen eye to eye since day one. I don't think the media need to make speculation about that. We obviously know that. Clearly Ten Hag says Ronaldo is part of his plans, but I don't think he's a regular start for Manchester United. I think he'd much rather start people like Martial and Rashford, people who will close down a little bit more and press from the top and things like that. Things that Ronaldo won't do. Yeah, if we need a goal, the go-to man is Ronaldo. Last night we didn't need a goal, but he obviously felt, give him a couple of minutes, and obviously Ronaldo said no. Anyway, that's it's just an update. I did say it was going to be a quick one. It's actually been 9 minutes. I didn't realise, to be fair. I'm sorry for that, guys. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, like I keep saying, I really want to hear from people. I want to hear people's thoughts on this situation. If you are a Manchester United fan, what would you do with Ronaldo if you were Ten Hag? Would you get him out of the club? Would you maybe give him a second chance almost? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon.